Hi, today we're going to learn how to roll a slab box. So you already know how to roll a slab. You're just going to take the 2 yardsticks on each side, your rolling pin, and you're going to roll out, make sure it's a 1/4 inch thick. So once you get your slab rolled out, then you're going to grab one of our handy templates that we are going to be using. Can you see? Okay. So one of our handy templates that you're going to have, these are 5 inches by 5 inches. The idea is to roll enough slab that maybe you can get 2 or 3 at one time. So you're just going to take your cutting tool and try to conserve as much clay as possible. You're going to cut perpendicular to your template around all 4 sides. And you're going to cut out your slab. You'll continue the process all the way down. You're going to cut away your extra pieces of clay, trying not to bend your slab. It's easier if you take your paste sticks away and you lift up the canvas and peel it away from your slab, so you're not bending the clay as much because it does have a membrane that will want to warp. You want to make sure your slab is nice and straight. You're going to stack them on a bat. You're going to want to put a piece of paper towel in between each one of your slabs, and then you'll just stack them on top of each other and store them in that cupboard. So they'll go like that. Then you'll cover them in plastic. Then you're going to wait for them to get leather hard, and you're going to move on to the next step. So now we've cut all 6 slabs because you need 6 slabs to make a box. They've laid out and now they're leather hard. They're ready to bevel. You cut a bevel on your cylindrical box, but now you have to cut a bevel on all 4 sides of all 6 slabs. So you have to put your thumb behind the back part of your slab, put your cutting tool in front. You're going to tilt it at a 45-degree angle, and you're just going to slice right through. Cut your bevel, take your extra clay, clump it up, turn your slab, repeat. Cut again, turn your slab, repeat. So this is going to get a little monotonous, but this will help your box attach and become perfectly square. So last side. So you want to cut your 45-degree angles, just like that, see the little bevel, on all 4 sides of. So now you have your bevels all cut, your clay is leather hard, you're ready to start actually assembling. I would start with a piece on the bottom. You need to score all 4 sides of your slab, and then you need to score all 4 sides of your next slab. You're just going to put slip on the part that you're attaching first. So I'm going to go ahead and apply slip on this portion that I've already scored, and I'm going to add some slip on this side, and you're going to join the 2 pieces together. You want to make sure they're as straight as possible, and make sure that they get a good bond. You want to see the slip oozing in the crack. That means you have enough slip on there and it's going to attach. You also then need to grab a coil of clay. You don't need a lot. Put it in the center and push half of it out one direction, half out the other direction. This is going to reinforce your seam, so that way you have a nice joint in the corner of your box, so that way it does not collapse on you. Then what you need to do is carefully, I'm going to lift the canvas because the clay is a little soft, and you need to actually combine the edges here. So you're actually going to pinch together, support on the inside, and then you're going to round your cornered edge. So pinch together, round your corner. You want to round your corners just slightly, because if they're sharp, sometimes cracks will appear, and this also helps to compact it. And then you're going to set your piece back down, and voila, you have one side. Be very careful because it's still tippy. And then you're going to repeat the process, but this time you're actually going to slip 2 parts, and you're going to score 2 parts. So I'm just going to add my slip. Add my slip to 2 parts. Make sure you match and you put the slip on the right part so you don't get your hand all messy. And you're going to pinch together. Make sure you're aligned straight, so you have a nice 90-degree angle. Everything's pretty. I'm going to turn so you can see the inside. You need to reinforce the inside, again with a coil on your perpendicular side and on your horizontal side. Or your vertical side, I should say. But it runs perpendicular. You're going to put your coil in. Make it all nice and smooth. Sometimes you need a little bit of water. And I'm also supporting on the outside with my left hand as I'm working with my right hand so my walls don't split apart. Then again, you're going to go back on the outside and around your corners. You need a pinch. I would do the vertical one first, then your horizontal. Make sure your joint's nice and tight. And it's clean. Touch your box just slightly. Pinch the bottom part. Blend together your box. Okay, so now you have 3 of the 6 walls put together. So we're just going to keep repeating the same steps as the first 2. So we're going to put wall number 4 on. Make sure you line it up. You're going to put your coil on the inside. Start on the vertical one. Sometimes your tool comes in handy. And we'll do the horizontal one again. And then we'll get to the last part where you actually have to do 3 sides instead of 2 at a time. And really make sure you reinforce everything, inside, outside. Okay, now I'm going to very carefully pinch the outside, round my corners, again. Carefully tip my box over so I can attach the bottom. Round my corners, support the inside. Always make sure you're supporting with the hand that's not blending your corners so that way your pot doesn't collapse. Because a lot of you will have boxes that will slightly collapse or have cracks and crevices on them. Okay. So the last side, you have to score and slip 3 sides that you're going to attach instead of 2 because you're just going to slide it just on the inside edge. So I'm going to go ahead and add some slip. And then this is where you can actually take the time and clean up the inside of your box so it's nice and smooth because you're not in the assembly stage anymore. So you're going to push everything together. Roll out a couple more coils. Reinforce your inside. And then you have almost your whole box done. Like I said, you're just going to blend the coils on the inside, on this part, in this part, and then you'll round your outside, and then you're ready for your top. Okay, so we're in the last step of building your box. We've put all the sides on, they're all scored and slipped, they're all reinforced on the inside, you blended all your coils. Now you need to score and slip all 4 sides, again, of your last piece. That's piece number 6. So I'm going to go ahead and add some slip. And then you need to gently, carefully fit your lid onto your box. And you're going to go ahead and blend the seams really, really well and pinch them together so they're nice and tight. What you'll do is when you cut your lid off, just like you did with your cylindrical box, you'll reinforce the inside of this slab that you attached on all 4 sides because you won't be able to do that until after you cut your lid off. So you're just going to start smoothing and rounding your corners out. Really make sure you get the 90-degree part because a lot of times you'll miss this part here and then you'll get these big weird cracks. So you want to make sure you get all the way around your corners. I always say put pressure on the vertical end as well as the horizontal part because it kind of meshes everything together. And gently pick up your box. Before you cut your lid off, there's one more step you need to do. And that would be shaping everything out to make sure it's a perfect 90-degree angle. So my clay's a little soft, so I'm actually going to let it set up, but you're actually going to tap your box gently on all 6 sides carefully. And what it's going to do is sharpen your edges for you and make sure everything ends up more square. So if you have one side that's a little off, it's going to help you adjust that side. It's going to compact all your edges. There's compressed air in here, so if you tap gently, it's just going to move the air around to the shape you want. So it's going to help you have straighter edges especially if you have like a little dent like I do here. I'll just lay it down and tap it just ever so gently, and it's going to take out those dents for you. So you're going to do that. You're going to take a blue rim, and then you're going to smooth everything out using the flat side of the rim. So you're just going to scrape the pot and smooth up all of your edges. Everything needs to be crisp and smooth before you move on to the next step.